Have you ever been so sold on something that God has promised you that you find yourself expecting it? Like not hoping, not wishing, actually expecting. I remember as a kid, I'd grow up and my parents always used to try to get us like the big wish list item on our list. And they would try to keep it a surprise, like, oh no, we just can't this year. I'm so sorry, leading up to Christmas. And then somehow you would wake up with this awesome gift. And I always knew that we were going to get that thing. I find it kind of similar with God. Like, not that the future is guaranteed, not that God has to give me what I'm asking for, but I know Him. And because I know Him, I find myself expecting in faith. A little over 2 years ago, God made it really clear to Ryan and I that I would be in racing somehow. We don't know how it's all going to look, but we do know that I'll be there somehow. Since then, things have been happening one thing after the next. Some really, really great, and some honestly not so much. But with all of it, I know that it's all going to be in line with God's will. This is where faith gets really deep and a little bit interesting. Us as humans, we all have free will, but at the same time, God's will is going to be fulfilled no matter what. I don't know if you've read this book. It's called The Shack. I absolutely love it. But there's this line in there that says, if anything matters, then everything matters. That really stuck with me. I believe things that I'm doing right now has so much weight. The way that I train, I believe matters. I believe the way that I have conversations with people and who I have them with matter. I believe every prayer that I pray matters so much. Everything that I do day to day matters. But at the same time, I can't mess up God's will either. And that's where I found a lot of peace. Recently, I've had a really big racing decision that I needed to make. And so my husband and I went ahead and asked some friends for advice and wisdom and counsel. What they said really sunk deep down in. They said, you can't mess up God's plan. If we truly believe that God has called me into racing and a door opens, then we should walk through that door and expect it to be from God and that good things will come from it. And if it turns out that it wasn't God that opened that door, then that's when we need to trust that we can't derail God's plan. That kind of faith changes how you move. It makes you work expectantly, but also unshaken. As I'm training expecting something to come. When I'm talking to people, I'm talking to them as if something is coming. When I plan for the future, I'm expecting something is coming. And also, at the same time, I'm not living in fear if I end up getting something wrong. There's this quote I've been seeing buzzing around on media. Be so confident in God's plan that you don't get upset when something doesn't go your way. I'll be honest, that's a lot easier said than done. Like when something on my car breaks or something doesn't go exactly how I had planned in my head, my first initial reaction is not peace. But that's the level of faith that I want to live at. I want to be so invested and so trusting in God's plan that even setbacks don't bother me. So I'm still learning this. I'm still trying to live this out. But this one thing just keeps coming back to my mind. I am so confident that God has something for me in racing that I am living like it is coming. I'm not forcing it. I'm not trying to control it, but I am expecting it.